If you choose something wrong, you will go with the opportunity lost. But what if the decisions what you have taken is the best course of action? What you will do tomorrow, you are supposed to think, and you should always plan it today. If you have a proper contingent plan, so you will have more alternative course of plans. Hello everybody, a warm welcome to one and all. I'm Vidhyaashram from the Department of Commerce and Management in Vidhyaashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence. Welcome to the new unit and the first session of the second chapter, that is all about planning and decision making. Now in this chapter, I'll be explaining you more about what exactly you are supposed to plan and how to make a decision as your life. So this is what it is: decisions and planning. Both of them, they go parallel. The more you go with it, you will understand that there should be an objective, there should be a goal, and only then you can go with a proper planning and decision making. Sometimes what happens is you will have so many options, but you are supposed to decide one. So I'll tell you and I'll help you how to go with that one decisions, because the options are more and you are supposed to take only one. That means if you choose something wrong, you will go with the opportunity lost. But what if the decisions what you have taken is the best course of action? So this chapter we're going to discuss and emphasize all the planning and decision making in a very proper way. Let's go with the first one, that is the introduction. Now, what exactly is the introduction? Now, I'll be introducing you about what exactly the planning is, what is called as plan. Let me just tell you. Planning is a future course of action. Definitely, we will not think anything about the past because we cannot do anything about the past. So, what exactly we need to do? We always need to move on in life. Sir, my boyfriend left me, my girlfriend left me. I'll tell you, it's fine. Let's go for something more than that, right? Boyfriends and girlfriends are just moment of life. They're not the part of your life. Your parents are your part of life, but exactly not your life. So what exactly is your life? That is what you're gonna plan and then execute. So always don't crib about small things which has happened and it was unfair to happen. You should always go with contingent, that is, act according to the situation. You should always be a person who is strong and you should always plan for your future, because once that future is also gone, you will end up with nothing. That's why, students, now this is the right time for you people to plan and then execute the actions. So here the introduction will go with plan is a forecast. That is, it's all about the forecast for accomplishment. Now you need to understand what is that you need to accomplish. And planning is always predeterminant. It is always what? Predeterminant. It is not post-determinant. It is predeterminant. Course of action. It's a course of action. Now it is today's projection for tomorrow's activity. So what is that you should do? What you will do tomorrow, you are supposed to think and you should always plan it today. But many of you, it's like this. 10 o'clock is what you are supposed to do, but 9:30 still you are blank thinking, what am I supposed to do? There are many of us who are like 10 o'clock you were supposed to attend something, but you will not attend because you didn't plan for it. 11 o'clock you do that. The reason is you're not disciplined within yourself. You need to talk, you need to understand what a person you are. But in the meantime, how is our brain? Our brain is a very beautiful phenomenon. I'll tell you what it is. Morning 6 o'clock is your trip. You are going off the road, and what happens to your brain is the previous night, 11:30 or 12 o'clock or 2 o'clock, you will not sleep just thinking that you should get up at 5 o'clock and get ready. The thing is, your brain understands what you want and what you don't want. Your brain understands what is important to you and what is not important. That's why I'll tell you, students, if anybody wants you, they'll definitely come for you. The reason is we all go with something called priority. If you are in the list of priority to that person, you are the person for him or you are the person for her. But if you're not the priority list, you're not in the priority list, what happens is whatever you do, that person will not come to you. That person will always take you for a grant. That is why you should always plan whether you should be in a priority list or somebody should be in a priority list of yours. So here what happens is it's all about today's projection for tomorrow's activity. In another word, to plan is to produce scheme for future action to bring about specified results at a specified cost. So whatever you do, there is nothing called free lunch. Everything is always predetermined. And here is in a specific period of time. So planning, when you do it, it is always for future course of action and it bridges the gap between what you are and what you want to be. So that's why you should always go for a proper planning. And planning, I'll tell you, there is a demerit, that is all plans will not lead to success, but that doesn't mean that you're not supposed to plan. You should always plan for the better course of actions. Next one, we have something for you, that is the definition of planning. Now, I've given you a few of the definitions by the pioneer of management, the gurus of management, the tycoons of management. Now, here you need to understand that management is being defined by them. So, you shouldn't alter it, right? You shouldn't correct their statements because it is already given and it has been called as a definition. They have coined what exactly planning is according to them. So, we have divided into two. One is called as based on futurity and one more is it is based on thinking function, has a thinking function. The first one here is by Allen. Now, Allen is a management guru and he always wanted to tell that what exactly management is. Now, management, he feels that planning is a trap laid down to capture the future. That is what Allen has explained. That is, it is a trap to capture future. Next one is planning is deciding in advance what is to be done in future. That is actually given by a person called Kuntz. Now, Kuntz and O'Donnell, both the friends, they have actually defined planning in their own way. That is what to be done, who should do it, why should they do it, at what time they should do it. So all these reasons, they have actually figured it out. Now I have given you the best definition here, where Kuhn says that planning is always done for what? Deciding in advance. Next we have Hyman, who says that planning is informed anticipation of future. That is, it is a informed anticipation that these are the things which gonna happen if you plan properly. And the last one is by R.L. Ackoff. Now he says planning is anticipatory decision making. Now this chapter is all about what? Planning and decision making. As a thinker, what exactly they think is, has a thinking function is, there is a person called Alfred and his friend B.T. Now what they say is planning is a thinking process, an organization, oversight, a vision based on fact. Now you need to understand that just by planning something which is fictitious and then you are going with a plan, it will not work out. You are supposed to know the proper thing, that is the fact. Only then you can go with a proper planning. And experience, that is required for intelligent action. That's why students, always listen to your grandparents, your parents, because they have something more than you, that is called experience. So whenever I come across the family problem, family issues with the kids not understanding or kids not talking to their parents, I always tell the students that this is not what you are supposed to do. You should always talk to your parents, talk to your grandparents. You should actually have an hour only to talk and interact with your parents, right? That is what you are supposed to do. At least if you don't have time to give it to your parents, or your parents, though they don't have time to give it to you. So I always counsel people, because only when you go with a proper experience requirement for the intelligent action and the vision foresight, only then a kid can grow. That is what I always plan for. Next one, we'll go with types of plan. Now in the second PU, the types of plan, if you go with it, you always have something called pyramid, where you go with OSPP, then MRP, and then the last one is B. So we call that as OSPP, MRPB, that is objective, strategy, policy, procedure, method, rules, program, budget. So here you will understand that planning, types of plan is not just about OSPP, MRPB, it's all more than that. I'll tell you here what exactly the thing is. Plans commit individuals. It is just not about the individual, it is also the department, organization, and the resources of each to specific action for the future, effectively design organizational goal, fit into a hierarchy. Please understand this hierarchy, so that the achievement of goals at low levels permits the attainment of high level goals. Now what happens is, you need to know, we have three things. One is the top level, then the middle level, and supervisor level. Whatever the plan is done, the plan is done by the top level, so that the middle level will check what the superior level, supervisory level will actually do it. So here what happens is, it's all about the hierarchy, so that the achievement of goals at low levels, all these levels, right, low levels permits the attainment of high level goals. So they should get the work done by the top level, whatever they have planned. So next we are supposed to go with types of plan. Now here you have 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 types of plan. Now what exactly the types of plan I told you was objective, strategy, program, procedure, rules, method. All these were the types of plan which you have studied in your second PUC. But now in the degree, you will understand that types of plan is all divided into 4 types of plan. Namely, we have the first one, the operational plan. Then we have tactical plan, strategic plan, and the last one is contingency plan. Now here you need to understand, operational plan are also called as single plans. They are also called as what? Single plans. They are also called as ongoing plans. They are also called as what? Ongoing plans. Now the second one is tactical plans. Now because of operational plan only, you can achieve tactical plans. The next one is strategic plan, and the last one is contingency plan. Now here contingency means act according to situation. Now we know that business firm has something called uncertainty, and there is always something called risk, which is always there with it. So here what happens is, if you have a proper contingent plan, so you will have more alternative course of plans. Example, the management, what you thought that this is what gonna happen, and suddenly because of some changes there is a drastic change. Now you should have some alternative plan, that is a contingency plan, so that everything is under control. Best example here is the contingency plan which we always go is, now 2019 we all never had that feeling that there will be a virus which gonna come and which will actually make the entire economy as well as the life threat diseases which was like cancer or something. It is more than that. What happened was, the pandemic was such a hit to everybody that we never predicted that this gonna happen. So here what happened, after it was affected, they had to go with the contingency plan, and then only, even now there are many companies which cannot go with this contingency plan properly and they cannot execute it. But the big tycoons, whoever went with this contingency plan, they managed their company and now they are again in a boom. So contingency plan is very, very important. So in the next session, I'm going to explain you in detail about operational, tactical, strategic plan and contingency plan in detail. So you are supposed to understand these types of plan and then go for it. So I'll just tell you in a brief what exactly it is. Operational plan, usually every day we really need operational plan. It is also called ongoing plan. Tactical plans, now ongoing plan will help the tactical plans, and then whenever there is any difficulty, we are supposed to always have control over the management, so we'll go with tactical plan. Strategic plan is not for every day. Strategic plan happens whenever there is a new project which comes in, and strategic plan involves too much finance. The reason is you will have all the top level management gurus and their strategy. So here what happens is too much money goes for strategic plan because it is for the future, it is for long term plans. We go with strategic plans. And then we have contingency plans. Contingency means act according to situation, and these plans are very, very useful, and these plans you should always have in your pocket. The reason is whatever happens in business we don't know. So for the things which you may feel that it may happen or may not happen, you should always have contingency plans. So thank you so much, students. I'll be seeing you next session. I'll be explaining you more about all these plans, and then we'll talk more of the planning process and the decision process. Thank you so much. I'll see you when I see you.